Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hey,
We're all here.
yeah. I got to show this off again. I showed it to Dan. Joe, you need to turn around and watch this. This is the coolest thing I've got you'll ever see.
Give me 1 second. Let me get.
All right, I got
okay.
the new dot card.
Yeah.
And I set up my profile and everything. And when you hold it up to the back of the phone,
Nice.
which is, that's going to make, when we go to shows,
Hi, Donna.
pull it out, we pull that out and show them our website.
Okay.
Yeah, you can look and see everything on our website right there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when that pops up, that's going to blow their mind. So you might be something you want to look into for NDCD.
I actually use an app on my phone called Blink.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've got one for work and one for NDCD.
Okay, cool.
I just give everybody my card that's got the QR code on it.
Now the neat thing about this is I can have these customized,
Mm-hmm.
and from what I've seen so far, how it's working and all that, it's going to have the Halicon logo on it.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. Plus, it also has a wristband.
Oh.
And you put the wristband up to their phone and it opens up the website.
So basically, you can walk around at a convention and just randomly trigger the Halicon website on other people's cell phones without them knowing.
Yep.
As long as the phone's unlocked and
The screen's open.
and NFC is turned on.
Yep.
Well, that makes sense. He
Oh.
can't sit still at the table anyway.
Well, it hurts.
Yes, what doesn't these days?
And the last
Yeah.
few days, my feet, ankles, knees, hips, back, pretty much everything below my belly button hurts.
I'm not going to even go there because I'm not feeling good and it'll be overly mean.
Ah,
No, and I don't have the green room sign pulled up to where I could do the flashy thing for you.
well, that hurts too because I got some stomach bug going around right now.
Oh God, you're about the 8th person that's told me that today. Of course, you're probably one of the furthest ones away, except for Dawn not feeling well and her voice sounding like she's really not feeling well.
Maybe that's what those drones are spreading around.
Well, I hope I didn't get everybody sick.
You sent me a computer virus.
I know. Yes, Carl, I am not feeling well again. Yesterday I was coughing, and I'm surprised I made it through the show last night. And then I got a surprise today. My niece, who just turned 18 over the weekend, video called me today, and we talked for over 2 hours on video chatting, which did not help any of this.
Yep.
But when your 18-year-old niece calls you, you answer, and you talk.
Definitely. Lindsay's 2 youngest grandchildren, when they call, she will leap across the room like Superman crossing Metropolis in the blink of an eye to hit accept. Now, when her oldest grandson calls, she will walk at a normal pace. But, the younger the kids are, the more important it is that you make them feel like they do mean everything to you. The older ones already understand that they mean everything to you.
Mm-hmm. They haven't had that feeling reinforced as long as the younger ones have.
Exactly. You need to build that up and make it permanent.
I'm pretty sure the dinner I ate tonight will save me from whatever bug is going around. So,
Oh, full of jalapenos, I take it.
hot sauce.
Okay.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I made chicken tacos tonight, and I'd gotten a new bottle of hot sauce from Melita's called Mexicali. It's kind of a thicker one, so I figured it'd be good to cook it with the chicken, and it had a very good flavor, had some very good heat, and thank God we had sour cream.
Yes. Come on, sour cream tomorrow morning.
No, that's what the ice cream's for later tonight. Come on, ice cream.
have y'all seen the videos of the guy that has like the taco truck? And I think you pay like I think it's like $15, and you bring your bag of chips. The big bag of taco chips, nacho chips,
Tacos.
and he'll slice the bag open and put all the meats and the cheese and the veggies and all that inside the bag.
Well,
And
The taco.
and you just, and then it takes 2 hands to carry it.
You're talking dirty to me.
you need to bring a Chinette platter to put underneath it to hold it all.
Yeah.
One guy showed up with the bag of chips and a bowl.
Nice.
Here they use a lot of times people just use either corn chips or the Doritos, wherever, the little snack bags. You open them up, and that's called a walking taco. That'd be cool to have at Halicon. Never mind, we're not going there. We're not going there.
Hey,
We were supposed to have had tacos.
No carrots.
Huh?
I'm picking at John. No carrots
Oh,
in
in the chili.
taco or chili.
Oh, it's like I like the carrots. The carrots are good.
I love carrots in
Just not
something
chili.
that should require carrots. Chili does not. Chili and chili does not require lima beans of any sort, which is something I had a severe argument with my second wife over. Going, it tastes okay, honey, but this is not one of my preferred foods.
Have you ever had 15 bean chili?
Yes.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Guess I can turn my camera back on since I'm sitting back down.
Hey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have it around Joe Dog.
And you're the one to tell
bean
us
chili. We're going to put Joe Dog in the bio seat and seal the helmet.
1 year for Thanksgiving, my sister said, we're all going to come over to my house and we're going to have a chili Thanksgiving dinner. I'm like, hot damn.
this. Oh no.
Revenge at last.
No, I get there and I say, where's the chili? They went, that over there. And I go, I dipped and poured the soup out of the spoon.
Mm. It was chili soup, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, man, I was looking toward, for chunks of meat and, all
Chunks
sorts
of tomato and chunks of onion and chunks of everything.
Yeah, chunks of corn and, and put it to you this way, it just had a light chili flavor.
Oh.
And I'm like, they said, you don't have to be so ungrateful. I said, you didn't tell me you were having chili flavored soup. You said chili. There is a difference.
My mother used to make an awesome chili, but she was not very adventurous and she doesn't like Mexican food at all. So it was basically soup beans with hamburger meat and some onions and some crushed tomatoes. And that's what I grew up with. Then I found out how to make real chili.
There was chili made at my home this evening. I just didn't get to eat it because I can't have chili.
Oh, because it's got tomatoes in it and you're allergic?
Well, I made fake wild rice soup. Where you literally just take like the little packet of the microwavable Uncle Ben's rice that's got the seasoning in it. You stick that in the microwave. You take a can of cream of whatever you want soup and you put that in the pan, and you take your can of milk and put that in the pan and start heating that up, and then the rice gets done, you dump it in there and you mix it together and you have soup.
Speaking of tomato, Dan, I know we were talking about like tomato sauces and stuff and how they affect Lindsay.
A little bit, yeah.
I saw something the other day. It mentioned using a little bit of baking soda to cut the acidity.
To lower the acid level, yes.
Yeah. I'd never thought about using that before instead of like butter or.
It is a base, so yeah. And the tomatoes have a great deal of acid in them, so that makes sense. That makes excellent sense. I'll
Something
make her a
to keep in
separate
mind.
pot.
I was planning on making chili later on. I browned the ground beef. I put the chili seasoning in and put some chili powder on top of that. I also saute some cut or diced red onions, and I put some diced tomatoes in it, and then I'll put the beans in with it, and let it simmer after I've got the ground beef ready. And
It's definitely Georgia chili, not Texas chili. And believe me, I like my chili with pinto beans.
but I put beans in it. I usually kidney beans in, and I'll sometimes put pintos in there too.
Exactly. Yes, it's good to combine things. And Dawn, I am highly tempted to make a batch of my chili just for you, leaving out the tomatoes and anything else you're allergic to, so that you can taste the magic that is Captain Dan's outdoor cooking.
I can taste Captain Dan's. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna. But
Damn.
I wasn't always.
Hey! I'm
potatoes.
not on the page that has the green room sign, dear. Don't
I know.
tempt me.
Donna's said that she puts pico in hers. My
Oh
mom,
yeah. That's a very good bit of starter there is pico.
I used to be able to eat tomatoes, and my mom's chili. Oh my god, I loved it. I don't even. And yes, she used the chili, like the shilling chili powder or whatever in it. But she would use like Bush's baked beans instead of any other kind of beans, and stewed tomatoes and the hamburger, and it was kind of a sweet chili.
Yeah.
And it,
Baked beans have a lot of brown sugar and molasses in them, so they will be sweet.
but they were, oh god, it was a sweet chili, and it
I
was.
hate to
My dad doesn't
change
like
the
chili
sub-
beans.
I hate to change the subject, but I just saved my house.
By not eating Taco Bell tonight?
No,
Oh.
I have one of these phone chargers,
Mm-hmm.
and I reached over on my power strip, and it felt awful hot. I thought, well, that's not right, so I unplugged it.
Ooh.
Ooh, if it's got a scorch on the outside of the plastic, it's time to buy a new charger.
No shit.
Mhm.
Oh,
And it looks like the circuit board has popped out of the bottom of it too.
And no, it's
Oh, okay. It just the way I was looking at it. It looked
yeah
like
that
it looked like it had been separated.
that was close.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Chris, next time you make chili,
Mm-hmm.
make it 50-50 with ground beef
Mm-hmm.
and Jimmy Dean's sage sausage if you can find it.
Mm.
well, the chili Ted had today had the Jimmy Dean. I don't know if it had sage in it. He's not a sage person, but
Well, and the thing about Jimmy Dean sausage is there's almost no grease.
Yeah.
Almost none.
Well,
Yes. Mm.
I could wait till tomorrow. I could go get some pico, and I could get some Jimmy Dean sausage, and I've got sage if they don't have sage sausage. Normally, I take somewhere in the vicinity of 2 pounds. Sometimes it's 3 of ground beef. Make sure it's
Good
good and
man.
brown and cooked through. I drain the excess grease out.
Mm-hmm.
I will add the seasoning. I will stir it in. And depending on if I've got enough room in the skillet that I cook it in, I may put it in a slow cooker, and I will put 2 cans of kidney beans, 2 cans of the pintos, and a can of the diced things, and I'll usually cook the onions in with the ground beef after I've drained the excess of it.
I usually add a half of a diced bell pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to get fancy with it, you can use the yellow or the red bell pepper because they're both sweet peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All it does is improve the
Yeah.
the presentation to have the different colors.
But I
And
hadn't thought about
I'll brown half of that, and then I'll chop the rest of it up, and I'll put it in the crock pot
yeah.
with the chili.
But I hadn't thought about getting the pico and putting in with it.
Mhm.
Thank you, Donna.
That will add diced onions as well as some peppers and all kinds of things.
Well, see, I thought about doing what I did in the crock pot, letting it slowly simmer and stir up and mix all the flavors in. And then when I get a bowl out, add a little bit of pico to it. That way I can, see how much I need to add to each bowl or something like that. And that way.
and you get the crunch of the pico instead of
Mhm.
having it cooked
Yeah.
and softened.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a lot of cooking tips. I mean, Captain Dan's outdoor cooking is going to be probably taking the internet by storm, one would hope. Not that I
You
hope
need to
to
do a
be.
cookbook.
I have begun one years ago. I can't find the file. It's like 5 computers ago. I still have the hard drives, but some of them need to go to a file recovery system, and I don't have several $100,000 to throw at somebody in California that knows
Yeah.
what they're doing.
There's probably things you can hook up to recover the stuff. I'm sure there's
Usually-
programs and stuff that's less expensive you can do it yourself with.
Well, usually when one of my hard drives dies, it's the main card on the hard drive, and those are very, very finicky. Hello, Kiri.
Hey,
Hey,
Carrie.
Gary. Oh my God, last night's show was way too much fun.
Oh, yes.
You had a good crowd.
Oh God,
Big crowd.
Yes, indeed.
there were people today in the Twitch chat for Furball that were watching, but they didn't say anything. They were watching too.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I will say just briefly, Lindsay got to use the brand new kitchen stove today,
Ah,
and
nice.
she's just absolutely, she loves it. We had a service call from Frigidaire, and they came out and go, "Oh, something happened that it really it needed a factory reset," and I had left the breaker off all night,
Mm-hmm.
so I switched it on
Mm-hmm.
once they got here,
Mm-hmm.
and everything worked,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Dan,
is fantastically insulated. When you turn the oven off, or when the
Mhm.
timer shuts the oven off, it stays hot for a long time.
So they got it going.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, private chat.
What? How? Where? Oh,
I didn't want to put it on the show.
Oh man.
Do you know who that is?
Yes, I know who it is.
I do not remember, but I'm still very concerned because
Yeah.
obviously I should. Oh no. Well, thank you for the explanation. Now the context is clear.
Yeah, I just saw it, and it's
Oh, that's well,
Known them for a long, long time.
They're family.
Yeah, they
They're-
are.
their family. They're con family.
Yeah.
Circumstances require a
Thoughts
lot of
and
things
prayers.
that I can't do tonight, but
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Thoughts and prayers to the family.
oh, that ain't enough. But
Yeah,
that's a good start.
That's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to other good stuff. But
Yeah.
I figured you needed to know that as soon as possible.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I mean, that's like A similar situation with somebody else that had only met once in passing at a convention, but I knew them quite well online. And that was traumatic. And her husband is still grappling with that. But yeah, neither here nor there. Changing the subject. Got to drive the truck today
All
out
right.
on the highway.
Look at that
How
smile.
was it?
Yes.
Now,
Oh my God. It drives like a truck.
Dan, are you considering bringing that to Halicon next year?
No,
Because it-
because the van has more cargo space that is protected from weather.
Yeah.
Uh,
I thought you said it had that locking cover.
It does, but that's not enough space for Lindsay's shop. I mean, I'd have to have the yellow truck to be able to haul Lindsay's shop around.
Yeah, well, play some Tetris for a little while, then you can do it.
I'm already one of the black belt Tetris players on the planet. You should have seen what I did with the last moving van I had to load. I mean, I had them unload everything. They had about half of the apartment packed up and no more room. I go, wait a minute. Let a professional do this. By the time I got through, we had enough room left over. If we could have lifted the grand piano or the upright piano, we could have put it in there in the back.
Hey, I have learned when you're moving, the dresser drawers that you've emptied all the clothes out of are great for the knickknacks.
Mm-hmm.
You just leave the clothes in the drawers.
Well, you leave everything in the drawers. You carry the dresser in there, in the truck. You put it in a convenient spot. You put the drawers back. A little bit of the painter's tape that's easily peeled off without ruining furniture, and fill it to the brim. And then when you unload, you carry the drawers in. You start sorting stuff, and then you carry the empty bureau.
God, Gary.
Oh God, I'm such a redneck. I keep wanting to call it a wardrobe. You carry the empty one in, and then start putting the drawers back when you've got everything sorted again.
Carry.
This is not the year for that kind of humor, Kiri. We're going to have way too much of that stuff. But no, as I was saying in the green room before we got started with the show, this truck was not made for drag racing. It does not have much instant takeoff.
What motor does it have in it?
6.6.
Is it a diesel?
Nope.
Let me find you a tuner in your area.
No. I don't want it to have takeoff. I want it to have all the torque in the low end. And then once it gets up to speed, when this thing hits fourth gear and it's still got 2 gears left to go, it starts running like a scalded cat. I have to watch it to keep it under 70. Its most comfortable speed for the truck to go, not my most comfortable speed, but the vehicles, is about 50, which may be better for the gas mileage, but it certainly annoys a lot of people on the highway.
Well, Chris learned riding with me that I've really got to watch the speedometer.
Yeah.
That's why I love cruise control. You set it, and you keep your foot off of all the pedals unless you need to hit the brake.
And after he made the upgrades and the suspension, you really can't tell you're going that fast.
Oh, the suspension on this thing it's like ice skating or roller skating.
Trucks
You
nowadays,
cannot feel the road.
trucks nowadays drive different from trucks from the late 70s, early 80s.
I think Dawn just signed out. Didn't say bye.
She is not well.
Yeah,
I don't even think she waved.
yeah.
Yeah, Chris actually drove my car up to Cleveland once. He's going, wow, you were sort of impressed, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, that thing, for having that small of a motor, that motor will go. And like I said, after you put the new struts and stuff on it, suspension stuff, it rode so much better.
Mm-hmm. This thing is 280 horsepower, which, I grew up with 70s era Chevy cars. So I could look down on it and say that don't impress me much, but good Lord, I do believe I could pull a tractor out of a ditch.
Yeah.
Now I've got to get the trailer hitch. It's got the receiver, just not the hitch itself. Today I spent a couple of hours with the owner's manual going over different things. I now know how to use the AC and the heater and the defroster and stuff like that, which is necessary down here. And still haven't figured out the cruise control. But it's one of those things where I'm just going to, I have one road I can drive that is a straight line for 50 miles. It's just hills.
Mm-hmm.
So
There she
get on.
is.
There she is.
We thought you just got sick and ran off and left us.
No, no, my computer froze up and
Oh.
had to restart it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're back because it was sort of weird that you didn't say bye. So
Yeah.
She was froze.
Oh.
Oh.
Chris, about that over in the private chat,
Yeah.
they were going to come to Halicon this year,
Yeah.
which,
May
probably
or may
ain't
not
happening now.
happen.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kiri, are we going to have to send you to your room?
A slacker, or excuse me, a hacker from the 90s or a hacker in his 90s?
Well, if it's a hacker in his 90s, he says, I'm in, and she says, in what?
He said yes.
Send him to his room.
Hey, that's above my pay grade.
He says, why not both? It's going to be one of those nights.
Indeed, indeed.
Has anybody watched the Rosetown Christmas yet?
The which Christmas?
What?
Rosetown Christmas.
No,
No.
The short film BKM was in.
Oh.
No. Not yet.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes.
Good.
I enjoyed watching BKM in it because it was so against the guy he played so against BKM and who BKM is. That's what made it going.
Mhm.
Casting against type, that's always a good thing. Gives an actor a reason and a way to stretch their prowess.
Yes. Oh,
No, Kira, you cannot make a joke out of I saying prowess.
He's showing his versatility as an actor
There you go.
and a performer.
Well, shit.
well, his name.
Now
His name
what?
Bathrooms that way.
Um, next year, there will be no more Big Lots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're closing them all.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh Lord, I gotta go shopping soon. What time next year? Is there a time frame?
Soon.
Soon.
Yeah. Soon as I get their inventory liquidated.
Might be a big sale. Hope it's not like some of the furniture places around here that have been having a closeout sale for the last 50 years.
Oh, you mean
Big,
Swafford's?
big lots,
Did I say that?
Big Lots laying off over 500 corporate employees, including E CEO.
Whoa.
Yes, it's serious, folks.
If
I
the
was gonna say,
CEO gets laid off, that is serious.
and I want to go back here because I wasn't done talking about it. That
Oh,
BKM's character, to give you an idea, the character name was Mr. Colehart.
Okay. Well,
Anyways,
we know that's against
Is he
type.
basically an Ebenezer Scrooge character?
that's what it sounds like, but
Yeah.
I don't know the script.
yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Now I could see Brian playing Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
But that's he did such a good job at it. He could look crabby when he wanted to.
Yeah. So he was a holiday curmudgeon. Would that be safe to say?
Yes, that would be safe to say.
Okay.
He can look crabby on his own show while telling jokes. I mean, seriously, he's a very versatile fellow. Thank you for reminding me that word exists, Chris.
He did a good job. Watch it.
Well, if you if we had John here, you would see curmudgeon and his little tagline underneath his name.
Yeah, but he's not a real curmudgeon. He's just a
He's just contrary.
he's an army curmudgeon.
Yeah. He just likes being contrary.
Yeah, well,
Can we call him Mary Mary then? You know, I'm
Dang it,
You're-
now you got a Robert Plant song in my mind.
you're very spicy tonight, Don. I like that. It might help you get well sooner.
I'm just I don't know what it is about John. I just have to pick on him.
You probably
Because
you probably need to drop a slice of habanero in an ice cube and put it in your soda.
Carl, it is. Let me see if I can find it.
I think it is because John is so smug and laid back. You're like, I need to do something about that. Because he's entirely too full of himself.
Uh,
Well, and he has a sense of humor. He's a hard worker. He's funny. You know what I mean? He's just.
mhm. He's
Okay.
actually very, very nice to be around.
He is. Yes.
I like you, Mug Joe.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, Joe, are you going to make the announcement?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get. I'm probably gonna do it Christmas Eve.
Okay.
I've just been hurting the last few days.
Tell me about it. What doesn't hurt?
Yeah, well, that's one of the joys of getting older.
Like I said earlier in the show, I mean, I'm hurting from my feet up to pretty much everything below the belly button
Yeah.
is just hurt. Every joint hurts.
Well, one of the joys about getting older is you discover discomfort in places you either didn't know you had or forgot you had.
Yeah.
One of the things I've noticed is when you manage to make one part stop hurting, you're
Something else
finally able to notice that something else been hurting for a long time. It's
Mhm.
just the first thing overrode the signals from the second thing.
Okay, I posted it in the private chat because of how everything's set up with StreamYard and ops and everything with Joey's channel. I
Yeah.
can't post in the comments, but that is the link to it.
Oh, that's
Well,
trouble with dark mode. I can't even read the link because it's too dark of a blue.
I think he's got it. He posted it on his Facebook page, so
I
you can
know.
go to his Facebook
I
page
certainly
and
hope
find
so.
it there.
Thank you,
Thank
Jeff.
you, Joey.
Well, crap, I can't save it for later.
Like I said, I think he's got it on his actual Facebook page, so you can go to it, find the post that's got the link to the movie.
Oh, schnopples.
Okay. Because Joe Dog said I can't save it for later. I just opened it up, put a like on it, and I am going to bookmark it for later.
I
And
just threw it in the link chat.
And I just shared it to the stupid o'clock.
Okay, that worked.
If you can't find it at this point in time,
Well, what I want to do is be able to.
90-year-old hackers after you.
I want to be able to watch it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Oh dear, what have I done?
There's no
That
telling.
Good.
Famous last words. Well, that didn't work.
Well, Joe,
Apparently it worked entirely too well.
Lindsay Sterling is in Chattanooga tonight.
Her dad, is he the Sterling
Stephen
that is the
Michael
writer?
Sterling.
Oh Lord, I've met him, haven't I?
Well, I'm sure you met him at Liberty.
Yeah.
That's Lindsay Sterling's dad?
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't you know?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Invite him to Halicon.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go, guys. Chris, can I call you for bail money?
What?
And Kiri's here.
I'm about to go catch a stalking charge.
Oh, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Well, you
Hey.
have to buy a ticket to get in.
Carl, it has its moments, okay? But if you don't like the heartwarming story, you'll very much agree with BKM in it. You'll be able to relate.
Yep. As for my oh no, what have I done moment, earlier today, I watched a video from a guy in Portugal who is learning to cook American recipes.
Ooh.
And he has made biscuits and gravy, and he thought it was a failure until it came out of the oven. And he has today made cornbread for the first time. I'm sorry he put sugar in it. That is not a family tradition around here, but can't.
Damn.
I can't fault anybody else for liking sweet cornbread just because I prefer the savory. But when I was saying, no, that's not bad, he actually put peanut butter on the cornbread just to see if it worked. He said that, oh, the Portuguese peanut butter is garbage, but I like this Skippy that came from America. Um, and then I just went, well, there's no wrong way. I mean, that was a bold move, putting peanut butter on cornbread, but it's not wrong. It just depends on what you grew up with, what you got used to as a child, everything else, what your tastes develop as you get older. And I go, look, my mom has a chili recipe that she's been using that's kind of bland
Almost sounded like
nowadays that I
military
would think.
aircraft.
What happened, Chris?
I've heard something that sounded like military aircraft, cargo or helicopter or something like that. It was real noisy.
We have those fly over all the time, sometimes just at treetop level. I'm going,
Oh, Dan, I thought of you tonight when I saw this boat. They are a competitive oceanic rowing team.
oceanic?
Yeah. They're one of the guys on the team lives right down the street from me.
Wow.
It's a sort of looks like one of your canal boats,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just rowboats. It's a team of 4, 2 on for 2 hours. Then they swap out. They swap out every 2 hours. They're
Man.
rowing from San Diego to Honolulu.
Good
Wow.
grief.
Competitively.
Who did they find to give them insurance?
There's 35 boats in this race.
Damn.
Oh, I just found out today there was a guy 35 years ago, got a canal boat built, got his new bride what is called a buddy, which is a canal boat with no engine that gets
Mhm.
towed behind one with an engine. They lashed them together, went across the English Channel to France,
Mm-hmm.
and then he towed her boat all the way to the Black Sea through various rivers like the Danube and whatnot.
Wow. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Danube goes in the Black Sea.
It may wind up in the Guinness Book of Records as the longest canal boat journey in history. I just don't know, but this was quite a while ago. So they're back in England now on the canals. He's still towing her boat. They've got 5 kids between them, and they have to have 2 boats to have room for all the kids. Of course, some of them are, they started off 35 years ago, so some of them are grown and gone. But it's just, well, duh. I never thought about that before. Actually, they had to wait on a tiny connector canal to get from one of the rivers in France to the Danube before they could do this, because there was no way you'd have to pull the boat out of the water, tow it across the ground on a truck, and then put it back in the water. But now you can do it all the way from the Baltic Sea to England, only they did it the other way. And knowing the British Channel, having watched all the stuff about people trying to navigate the British Channel in non-ocean going vessels. I'm just going, put your analyst on danger, money boy. You in trouble now. Oh, well, that was seriously, you derailed whatever the hell I was talking about before. I don't remember the
Well,
topic.
here's this isn't their boat, but this is what their boat looks like.
Huh.
These girls rode from England to Antigua.
Wow.
I'm impressed. I mean, they've got what looks like 2 cabins, solar panels in the back, probably some on the front as well.
Marine radio, and that's it.
Wow.
They've got a little device on there that converts the ocean water to drinking water.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like they have any life vests on. They've got cushioned seats.
Yeah, well.
Um,
And quite nice cushions.
yeah. And it looks like
That was a very sexist thing to say. I should shut up.
they've got things, looks like to keep the oars from sliding out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orlocks. Yeah.
Now,
And,
can you imagine rowing from San Diego to Honolulu on one of
Not
those?
quickly.
They're saying they told me it's going to take 35 days. And they're built in England.
well, you can get to England in a rowboat. It'll take an awful long time, but you can get there.
They probably trained on one of the tidal sections of a couple of the rivers over there, like the Thames or the Severn or I can't remember the names of the ones that are actually tidal.
They could train off the coast of the North Sea and also the Irish Sea.
Well,
I didn't say it'd be easy, but they could do it.
Irish Sea is one of the more dangerous bits. Even powered boats have trouble with that sometimes.
Yeah. The guys that I talked to, they've been training. They row from the Florida Keys to Aruba.
That's true, Carl.
Oh,
What?
yeah, Carl. Okay. They could be those inflatable. You don't even have to pull the cord. Now they've got them where if the life vest gets wet,
It goes off.
the CO2 cartridge goes off. Yeah.
What is that, Joe?
So apparently today in baseball history, well, actually 3 days ago, Princeton University mathematics instructor Charles Hinton designed a gunpowder-powered baseball pitching machine for the Princeton University baseball team's batting practice.
Wow.
Not many people survive batting practice.
According to one source, it caused several injuries and may have been in part responsible for Hinton's dismissal from Princeton that year.
Probably so.
It could be, but we've had some modern baseball players that probably hit a home run after that thing had been fired at where they were standing with a bat.
And I don't know if he's listening on, but Zachy had some possibly good news today. So keep whatever you guys are sending to Zachy, just keep sending it. So.
Yes, definitely.
Joe, have you seen the YouTube channel Smarter Every Day?
No.
This guy built a baseball cannon, an air-powered baseball cannon.
Did it rip through several gloves? I think I may have seen this video.
Well, yeah, it went through a couple gloves. They had to use the high-speed camera to judge the speed. Mach 1.3.
Whoo!
You better start swinging before it goes off. Basically, you're going to have to be
Better hope that
Emo
fastball isn't high
Williams
and
to be
inside.
able to do that. I mean, seriously. You're going to have to hear the knuckles crack when the trigger is being pulled to give you enough warning.
He
Oh,
designed it to where a normal baseball will go in it, but you need to coat the baseball with Vaseline.
that ain't fair.
I copy and pasted it back in the link chat, Donna.
Oh, you did. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah,
I was
So-
just about to do that.
You know, I'm all on this shit. Stuff. Excuse me, because of what Joey puts me through on his show.
but the
Oh,
Okay, wait a minute. I got to stop and say something.
what?
Dawn, love the T-shirt.
Thank you. Little Faces of Eddie.
I've got
The barrel on this thing is 30 feet long.
Whoo!
what are we talking about?
Hello, John.
is it supposed to throw baseballs or the Davy Crockett's?
Well, so the conversation started with this, John.
Oh,
So back in 1896, Princeton University mathematics instructor Charles Hinton designed a gunpowder-powered baseball pitching machine for the Princeton University baseball team's batting practice.
okay.
According to one source, it caused several injuries.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So then that brought up what Joe was talking about.
Let me
Dust
guess.
from
T-shirt cannons.
destined from Smarter Everyday's supersonic baseball cannon.
Supersonic.
Yeah, they had to use a high-speed camera to.
No, you don't understand. I didn't know a baseball could go supersonic without busting thread and leather and an elastic cord and everything. That's that. You ever see those pitchers they'll do the 90-mile-an-hour fastballs and a bird like flies into the path?
Randy
of the ball?
Johnson.
Oh, I love that video from Randy Johnson. Yes.
And that's what that baseball would look like coming out at Mach 1. Okay, it would just there'd be leather and string and elastic cord, and
They put up a gong, like
yes, I've seen the Gong Show, Joe. Yeah.
John Bonham's gong. It made a perfectly round hole in the
Hole, not a dent, a hole.
a hole.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the video. Smarter every day.
It's not there, Dan. She is correct. She said, not the StreamYard link, Dawn, the show
Okay.
link. But watch this link. I can't find it anywhere.
I don't see it myself. Of course, I'm not subscribed to my own bloody channel.
Yeah, but you should still be able to see it if you go to
In
your.
Germany, okay, there was this thing. They wanted all the U.S. service members, all the Army guys and Air Force and everything. They wanted us to learn to play soccer. Nobody wanted to play soccer, and the bad part is the people that were teaching us to play soccer were like all the young officers and all these, wannabe. Well, let's just say they're the kind of guys that like soccer, okay. And so they wanted us to play soccer, and nobody wanted to play soccer. So McNair Barracks had a bowling alley in one of the buildings there with morale welfare support.
Mhm.
And they had some bowling balls that they had tossed out because they had broken the bowling ball somehow. They'd broken the finger hole, something, just chipped it. Something. Somebody went and got one of these old bowling balls from out behind the bowling alley and painted it to look like a soccer ball. And then left it on the soccer field one morning when all these lieutenants came out to play soccer.
That's demonic.
The first lieutenant broke his foot. Okay, it didn't take him 15 seconds that they got on the soccer field. And the funny thing was, this thing kept showing up like every other week for a couple years, and finally somebody threw it in the trash. And it just got rid of it because they considered it to be dangerous and stuff like that. They never found out who painted, the soccer ball. But let me tell you, it's hard to paint pentagrams on a ball. Okay. Anyway,
Depends on the size of the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go, Joe.
so here's the funny part of the story. And this part actually made it into Reader's Digest. They had these because Berlin was behind 110 miles behind communist lines. Okay. We had to destroy all our documents and papers and stuff like that on site. And they had this baling machine. They would run the paper through the shredder. It had some sort of big air turbine that would throw all the shreds in various, just mix it up like a blender. And then normally we'd incinerate it. The problem was the incinerator was down. So we had to go out to this secure landfill. And once we got out there, we had to burn it on site. They had a burn pit designed. And now, the truck that did this was a 2.5 ton, deuce and a half truck. But interesting, it had in the bed of the truck, it had rollers, like the ones you see for moving cargo in a warehouse or something like that. But it had these tracks in the back of it, rollers for moving pallets of material. As an engineer truck. And so they took this bale of shredded paper. It had been compressed and all that sort of stuff like that. They put it in the back of this truck. They put it in the back of this truck. And it had to have a guard on it. And it was 2 privates that were doing the job, plus the driver of the truck, and they had a sergeant in charge of the truck. He didn't, and so they're all in the back of this truck, and it's got the cover on the back with the pallet, so nobody can see what it is, and nothing flies out. So they got and it's a long ways out to this burn pit dump site. So they get out there and back the truck up to where they're going to dump it down this, there's an embankment down into the burn area. It's only about 10, 20 feet. But, guy backs up, goes back, unlatches the tailgate of the truck. Gets back in the truck. And he does what's called a combat drop. You put it in reverse, get it going fairly fast, and right before you get to where you want to dump your cargo, slam on the brakes, and they're air brakes on a deuce and a half. So he aims it toward the dump pit, puts it in reverse, revs up, slams on the brakes. This pallet of paper shreds comes flying out the back of the truck. The sergeant who is in charge of the detail had climbed up on top of the paper bale and gone to sleep. So here comes this paper bale with the sergeant riding on top of it into the burn pit and just into the garbage. And there's just all sorts of stuff that we're not supposed to let the East Germans or the Russians or any of the communists have. Right? So he's covered in grease and oil and getting just all this sort of. Just red flaming rage coming off this sergeant's face, and he just wants to beat the hell out of somebody. But it's not the private's fault. They did what they were supposed to do.
Donna, I'll put the link in the group chat. The link chat.
He turns around, sees that soccer ball sitting there, goes over there and tries to kick it as hard as he can. Well, it's not a soccer ball. They said, okay, if you know what a combat boot looks like, you got the heel, you got the center part with the laces going up on the ankle support, and then the cap toe, right? The middle part of his combat boot disappeared
Oh,
The toe cap came back to the ankle cap with his foot still inside of it.
oh.
It's gonna hurt.
It still
Didn't
hurts. That was
matter, huh?
30-something years ago. You know, that's 40-something years ago, and it still hurts. Excuse me.
So he was probably even madder than he was before he kicked it.
Maybe, because the bad part is they had to go down into the garbage pit, bring him out, put him in the truck. Now, they can't leave because that pallet of paper shreddings is technically secure documents to be burned. They're supposed to stay there and burn that, and that sergeant is in charge of this detail. Fortunately, one of the Spec 4s, and I think it was the driver, told him, okay, you're injured, you're incapacitated, you are no longer in charge of this detail. I'm putting these two privates in charge of this detail, and I'm medevacing you to Eisenhower Army Hospital. So, and every bulletin board in every company, in every battalion in Berlin, in the Berlin Brigade, had a copy of that Reader's Digest story on their bulletin board.
Chocolate covered cherry cocoa with marshmallows and whipped cream.
Is that your ice cream?
No,
Oh, just
it's
cocoa.
cocoa. Yeah.
Ah,
Chocolate covered cherry cocoa with marshmallows and whipped cream.
sounds like amaretto hot chocolate.
It's damn good.
Oh God. You add amaretto to
Anything. You can put amaretto on bacon and make bacon better. I mean, it's which is saying something.
I didn't think that was possible to make bacon
I
better.
There you go.
Hey.
Well, there are a lot of things you can do. to
You
make
could
bacon.
you could put amaretto on a varsity hot dog with chili, and it would somehow magically become better.
I admit it was a K cup, but you know,
Those are still
Here's
good.
one for you.
it's not like Ted sat there and was melting the Coke, you know, like a chunk of chocolate. And,
Mm.
you know.
Amaretto ketchup.
Yeah, no.
You gotta
Sir,
think about
you interest me strangely.
Yeah.
We're back on damn tomatoes tonight.
What about amaretto mayonnaise?
I don't
I don't
think
know.
anything can
Wouldn't-
save
Now, wait a
mayonnaise.
minute. Wouldn't that be like yum yum sauce?
Mm,
Amaretto yum yum sauce?
possibly.
Chris, file a patent before somebody else does.
Because, you know, Coca-Cola keeps looking for new flavors.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Amaretto flavored Coca-Cola.
Every time they
It's amazing. It tastes like cherry
amaretto
coke.
flavored
That's what I
Coca-Cola.
was thinking. Cherry
It,
Coke.
not only would it be an interesting drink, it might be the ultimate drink mixer.
Well, haven't you ever had a piece
No,
of
we-
cola?
That's what we've been drinking during the green room sometimes, and that tastes like cherry coke.
Right.
You mix,
Amaretto and Coke.
yeah.
But
Oh,
how
yeah.
come we don't
I
see cans and
drank
bottles
I
of it?
drank a lot of that at one point in time in my life.
So if you put amaretto over French vanilla ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
and the ice cream is really, really cold, and the amaretto is not much warmer, it tastes like chocolate-covered cherries that first bite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Joe's been playing with the colors or not. I've got my StreamYard on dark screen.
Yeah, me too.
White background. And Joe put something up in the private chat, and it's a link. And you know how links are normally blue? This thing, it's hang on a minute.
It's a purple on a black, and it doesn't, or dark blue on a black, and it doesn't show up very
It
well.
doesn't show up worth a damn. I'm sitting here.
What it is a smarter everyday video series.
Right, that's what I figured, but I'm going to show y'all. Hang on a minute. I wonder if I can do this. Try this. Present, Share screen. Won't let me share this screen. Darn.
That's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. We've seen it.
Okay, everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, the audience at home does not know, but we who are in the chat ourselves have.
Funny thing is, the dark mode only shows up for you guys.
Yeah, I'm on light mode.
It
Yeah.
doesn't affect.
How do you turn it off, Joe?
What?
I hate dark mode.
It
You
doesn't.
do it,
give
Bachman,
us the-
please
it's in your
explain to
settings,
me
man.
this miracle.
It
It's in your
doesn't give.
settings.
It doesn't give us the option as guests to do dark mode or light mode.
Oh,
Automatic.
Only those who have ops can do it, and it only affects those who have
those
ops.
who have ops.
Is that better, Dan?
I don't know. It's still totally black.
I think
Dan,
you can,
you've
as
got
ops.
ops. You
Yes,
can go in.
you can do what
I
you
can't
want.
remember.
Go into your settings.
Joe Dog, it's your show.
No.
It's
You don't
your
understand.
channel. You can do whatever you like. I will put up with it. I
Dan,
No,
don't
you can
have
turn
to
it off.
it.
you can turn it off.
You can turn
For
it
you.
off for you.
I can turn it off for everybody.
no,
No,
you can turn it off for you.
I wish.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Settings.
Settings, general,
General.
and you'll see a button that says appearance, light or dark. There you go.
Did I screw anything up for
No,
anybody else?
mine's still in dark mode.
Oh God, this is what I've been wanting. Um,
Hey, sure.
mean,
Merry
seriously-
Christmas, Dan. Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, seriously, I know Joe Dog likes dark mode. I know John sometimes has a need for dark mode.
Oh yeah,
because-
with these eyeballs, I gotta have dark mode.
yeah. But for me, it's like, oh God, it's like the first year of Apelian, but without the fluorescent green type. Because if you've never looked at some of the early Apelians, it was a black background with a fluorescent green font. Given this was the 90s, it was the only way to make it look like it had any kind of science fiction connotations whatsoever. Good night, Carl.
Good night, Carl.
Good night, Carl.
Night, Carl.
Thank you for
And
hanging
for-
in as long as you did.
And please don't start any fights with anybody. The cat's going to win.
All right. I'm going down the hall now.
I'm just gonna enjoy my hot cocoa. Tis the
Oh,
season.
God. I can finally read stuff again. I mean, yeah. If your eyes cannot stand the white background and a black text, go for it. Dark mode is just fine for people that, you know, will somewhat like me, only come alive after the butt crack of noon. Your name is not Noon.
No comment. No comment. No comment.
I'm retired. I don't. The only person that sets my bedtime now is my wife, and she says we get an appointment tomorrow. Set your alarm. Yes, dear. I will do that. You are the light of my life. You are the sunshine of my universe.
Oh my God, Joey is gonna make a. Have you started printing out the new caution sign, Joey?
Hold on.
What, the
He's
one I
going
asked him
right now.
about? Oh, he's printing them?
He found the design. Oh my God, he is. He's printing it.
Mm.
That was hilarious.
Oh God! Now I've got a second commission for you, Joey. I need a sign that says, "Don't interrupt the captain when he's drinking."
I could come up with something for that.
Hey.
And if he happens to be listening and just hasn't said anything, hi, Josh. Happy birthday.
Yes, we've all wished Josh happy birthday on Facebook, but I haven't seen him anywhere else today. I don't think he's feeling any more well than you are, Dawn. So, both of you, get well soon. You're damned important to me.
I'm trying. I have not barely done a damn thing.
And Zach too.
And Zach too, yes. No, Zach is always in here in the back of my mind because it's like hospital, yes, permanent storage, but
with any luck, he's going to get up sooner than he thought, and so that's a good thing. You just keep whatever everybody's doing, just keep sending them to him because it's helping.
Well,
this thing's got 32 minutes left on the print, and I'm hoping it turns. So they have two different ones. They have one that's completely flat and one that has the little image of the cat and the words like kind of inlaid, so that you could print out a separate file to push in and like glue in. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it inlaid and color it and paint it.
I've been busy with my printer.
mm-hmm.
Did you see what I printed off for my wife, Joe Dog, for her brother? I'll send you the link since we probably shouldn't show it on a stream.
Oh, is that the extendable?
Not the green room. Not the green room.
Is it the
private chat?
Is it the tanned extendable?
Yes.
Is it similar to what I just said to Josh?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, that was a 19 and a half hour print.
The Bluebird of Happiness.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
That's what Nick calls it, I believe.
What happened to the other? Oh, okay. I've got them in mine. I don't have them in yours. The other three, not the green room signs. We got this one.
Got the OG.
Say that's the OG.
Yep, and we got the one that I made for Uncle Carl.
And then there's not the cryptid Nick one.
Not in Stupid O'Clock. It has not been uploaded because there's not enough room. There are tons of things in here that are necessary, and I am not going to delete them because they are useful and, if not necessarily kind, they are very entertaining. Kind of like this.
I'm sorry, sweetie. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit.
If you're going to play Betty White and I'm in the room, you should probably play the other one too.
I don't see it. They're not arranged in an order that meets.
No, the guys at Pie Curious were right. Once you go Blackberry. No.
Oh,
Now,
God, you're the treasure.
This is Joe's channel. I do not interfere with it. The logic is Joe's. breathe.
Like
breathe.
precious! I walked right through a spider web! It's still on you!
That's like all those Nazis at the Nuremberg trial saying, "I was only following orders."
No,
Channel.
I have no right to interfere with your dog's personal channel. I set mine up.
Good night, everybody.
I set mine up in a way that makes sense to me. I don't expect it to make sense to anybody else.
Well, that's like your music on Joey's channels. I can't follow, and I get that it's this album is the first sets of 1 through whatever of music, but I'm like, okay, that's the third one down. Oh wait, oh shoot, I scroll. Wait, is that the third set of numbers down?
Oh well, I sat down.
Oh. We're only doing 90 minutes now.
She said.
Damn. Well, hopefully, I've got the other channel up and ready to go. Hopefully, some of you are still awake and will cross the streams. But if you're tired or if you don't feel well, I really understand. But thank you very much for being here and being part of our evening.
Of course.
I
appreciate. Go right ahead, Dawn.
I appreciate what the conversation we had last Friday night, which is one of the reasons I'm here tonight. Thank you, Dan.
Oh, Dawn, you have no way of knowing how important you are to me, as well as everybody else on the panel right now, and everybody else in the chat right now. You are family. I can't put it any better. Might not be blood, but chosen is just exactly the same in my evaluation.
Dan loves everybody here but one of us.
Now we have to figure out which one it is.
I got a feeling I know who.
And now I've got to figure out which one it is myself. I think that was a misstatement, Joe Dog. I really do. I mean, I even love you, no matter how obnoxious you are sometimes.
But sometimes you wonder why.
I'll have to call my lawyer on that one.
Oh.
No, there's nobody here or even in the chat that irritates me.
That's awesome.
Not even unduly, but basically at all. I mean, Joe Dog tries to be irritating, but he's not very good at it.
Don't make a game up.
You're gonna have to work harder if you want me to be pissed off at you. I mean, you're not someone that we all know. No, two someones we all know.
I can do it in 2 words.
I know how to piss Joe Dog off in 1.
What are we doing? Playing Name That Tune now? I can do it in 1 note.
Frying pan incoming soon.
And I bet no one thought I would actually be able to pull off that reference.
I've done it, but it's been a while.
Oh, now who
Do
just
it.
sent me a cell phone message?
Do it. Challenge them.
Oh, Lindsay.
Oh, say hi to Lindsay.
Oh, she's discovered recordings of Shindig on YouTube, which she should have known about from her childhood in England, but evidently did not.
By the way, John, thank you again for the compliment on my shirt. We were watching a game show tonight, and I can't remember the exact question, but one of the answers was The Wicker Man, and it was referring to the movie, and I didn't know the answer. And I was like, I don't know the answer, but I'm just going to say The Wicker Man because of, Up the Irons. And it happened to be the answer to the question. And I looked at Ted and I looked down and I went, and I'm wearing an Iron Maiden shirt. I forgot I was even wearing it.
These things, they happen.
And Nico McBrain decided he's going to step away from the band.
Yep.
Wow.
The touring part. I mean, hell, he's been a drummer for 42 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, when
And
you've
that's
been
some
doing it
tough
for
stuff to
half a
drum.
damn century, it gets to be not a drag, but very tiresome to go through being on the road all the time.
Right. Yeah, I'm not. It's sad that he's leaving, but I'm glad I got to see him twice. So
Yeah.
More
than I've got to see him.
Lindsay and I went to Junk in the Trunk today. This is not a personal reference or a slur, Dawn.
no, that was.
It is a flea market, and they had.
How many fleas did you get?
I didn't get any.
A market load.
And I've checked, but I did get a hand wrought fireplace tool stand with a hand wrought clamp for picking up coals and putting them in the cast iron stove, and a 3-prong poker. Hey, don't lift them eyebrows.
Which one? Joey lifted his. I saw that.
Whoever.
Sorry, Carrie, I'm trying to point that way and I'm getting confused.
and I said, well, I do have the high temperature paint. I can actually get the rust off of this and paint it up black, and then it'll just get burned off by actually using these things in an open flame. And Lindsay says, I like the rust. I go, no wonder you haven't divorced me yet.
Well, you found something that you could use.
I did indeed. It was fireplace tools that are going to be useful, and they're exactly the right size for the coal burning stove, which I like, because some of the other stuff is a little bit too long.
You want me to tell you how to fix those, Dan? Knock the rust off of them, put them on top of the stove with it burning, get them good and hot, wipe it down with some motor oil.
Cooking oil.
Yeah, wipe it down with some motor oil, let it cool, and then put it back on the stove.
Temper it.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, temper it.
Well, you're also seasoning it.
Yes. I've got...
Be that beautiful black.
I've got something called grape seed oil. Not to be confused with the other name for canola.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what Cowboy Kent recommends for seasoning cast iron frying pans. All right, we're about out of time.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta hit the button. We gotta go. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right, bye, y'all.
I have slit the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.